Come on, pre-Ks, it's time for our calendar. Find a spot you like a lot. 1, 2, 3. Find a spot you like a lot. Listen to me. Find a spot you like a lot. 3, 2, 1. Find a spot you like a lot. Let's have lots of fun. Let's take a look at that calendar today. The last time I saw you was Wednesday. The last time I saw you was Wednesday, but that's not today. Sun goes down and comes up on a brand new day. Let's find out what comes after Wednesday. If you said Thursday, you were correct. It's Thursday, TH. The Thursday, TH. The Thursday's towards the end of the week. Yes, it's Thursday, TH. The Thursday. Thursday's towards the end of the week, and we're getting to the end of the month as well. We're in the high 20s. Yesterday was the number 25. See if you know what comes after 25. If you said 26, you were correct. Let's put it in Kathy's car. When there's a 2 in the front seat and a 6 in the back seat, 20, 20, 26. Today is the 26th day in the month of March. We marched into March, and I'm glad that that lion is going away and the lamb is here to stay. Nice warm weather coming. We're going to be talking about what happens after March very soon. And let's see who our helpers are today. We're going to take a look at those helper cards. We did the addresses, and yesterday we started talking about those tricky phone numbers. You have to start thinking about which phone number you want to practice learning. Phone numbers are very important. Just like E.T. said a long time ago, you have to be able to phone home. So when you're deciding whether it's your mom's phone number, because on your envelope there'll be an M for mom, or your dad's phone number. On the envelope there'll be a D for dad. You just want to pick the easiest phone number. Now lots of people have the same area code. This is called your area code. It's what area you live in. And lots of people here have a 914 area code. So if your mom or dad has 914, that's the one to pick. Because if you are in a 914 area code and you call someone else who's also in this area code, you don't have to dial those numbers at all. You just have to dial the other 3 plus 4, 7 numbers. So then you're looking for a pattern. You want to see which number has the same numbers over and over again. Someone might have a pattern 2, 2, 3. Well, that's easy to remember. 2 2's then a 3. 1, 1, 5, 9. Well, I think that's an easy one to remember because it has 2 2's in a row, 2 1's in a row, and the 3 comes after 2. That makes it easy breezy. So check your mom's phone number and your dad's phone number to see which one has a pattern. Some moms and dads have 10 totally random, that means we never know what's going to come next, numbers. They might have 9, 7, 1. Well, that's a different area code. 3, 0, 2. Well, there's no pattern there. 6, 8, 4, 1. Well, that would be a lot of numbers to remember. So check out mom's cell number. Have them write it on a piece of paper for you. And then dad's cell number, because that's what we have on your envelopes. And you're going to find the one that's the easiest to memorize. There's going to be one on the top of the envelope, one on the bottom for mom and dad, and look for a pattern. Ooh, these both have 914. Look for the pattern that's easiest to learn, because when we come back to Pied Piper, you get a Skittle if you know mom or dad's phone number. This week at Piper, we're talking about that bus ride. That's one of the best parts about kindergarten. It wasn't such a good part that we all are going to different schools, but that happens because we all live in different towns or different streets. But you all will be riding the bus. We've been talking about bus safety and riding on the bus and how to get on and off the bus with just one door on one side. A bus is a fun, safe place to get back and forth to school, but we have to remember our bus manners and the things we can do on the bus and the things we can't do. The bus driver's job here in the front of the bus is to drive you safely to school. So you only go to the bus driver if you really do not know the answer to the problem yourself. The bus driver must get you to school quickly and safely. So you have to try to solve most of the problems by yourself. Now let's take a look at this bus. Is there any bathroom on the bus? No. So make sure you go to the bathroom before you get on the bus in the morning, and go to the bathroom at school before you get on the bus to return home. There's no bathroom on the bus. Is there a kitchen or a water fountain? No, there's no eating or drinking on the bus. The bus kind of bumps around on that road, and that might hurt your belly a little bit anyway. The bus driver doesn't want crumbs or water spilled all over the bus, so there's no eating or drinking on the bus. No bathroom, no eating or drinking, so what can you do on the bus? Well, the bus is lots of fun. You can talk to your friends, blah, 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 blah. You can arrange play dates. You can giggle. You can laugh. You can talk about your day at school. But you can't stand up on the bus. The bus is only for sitting. And when the bus stops, if you're getting off, then you may stand up and go to the door. But there's no changing seats while the bus is stopped, unless it's your stop, or when the bus is moving. You can't throw anything in the air on the bus. You could hit the bus driver. The bus driver's job is to drive carefully, so you don't want anything flying in the air. You must remember your bus manners, not loud shouting on the bus, because then the bus driver can't hear if something comes in on his walkie-talkie or her device telling them about something that's happening on the roadway. So there's lots of fun things you can do on the bus, and then there's lots of things you should not do. Remember, when you're getting on the bus, there's one aisle right down the middle. It's not like your car at all. You're not going to get in the door right by your seat. So you're going to go down that center aisle on the bus, and the kindergartners sit in the front 2 seats. That way the bus driver can see you with their mirror that hangs over their head to make sure that you're safe, because it's your first year riding on the bus. So you're sitting in the first 2 seats, but what if there's no space there? What if somebody is on the edge, but the next seat over is empty? You're going to have to go up to that person and say, "Can you move over, please?" Always good idea to try your manners first. "Can you slide over, please?" Well, if they say, "No, I'm waiting for my friend," or "No, forget it, I don't want to sit with you," you can go to another seat and try again. But if there's really no other seats, you're going to have to tell that person they need to move over, please, because everybody deserves a seat on the bus. You have to remember that not all people remember their manners on the bus. I want you, Pied Piper students, to always use your manners, but not everybody goes to Pied Piper school, and I've heard some stories about children on the bus who don't remember their manners. So you're going to remember to have to stick up for yourself as well. So if you get on the bus and someone grabs your hat, your winter hat that you just got out of the closet, and starts playing with it, you're going to have to get that hat back yourself. You can't run up to the bus driver because the bus driver's busy driving the bus. That's your job to think of a way to get that hat back. Well, it's always good to remember your Pied Piper manners and say, "Can I please have my hat back?" This person might have just been playing around with you. And when they see that you want their hat back, they're going to give it right back to you. If that doesn't work, you have to use your loud voice. "Give me my hat back!" Nice and loud, so the bus driver knows that, something's going on back there with a hat. And they might just look up and, say, "Hey, give that hat back," and help you out that way. So a nice loud voice alerts others to what's going on, and also it might startle that person, and they're going to give that hat right back to you. If that doesn't work, the bus driver's busy riding the bus, you're going to grab that hat and go find your seat. Because you have to take care of your own problems on the bus if the bus driver's very busy. If they take your hat or your lunchbox or someone's teasing you, it's always best to use your manners and then a nice loud voice, and then make sure they stop doing that. This is on you now that you are going to kindergarten. Remember, there's no bathroom, and if you do feel sick to your stomach because you're bumping around too much, that is something to go tell the bus driver as soon as the bus stops. They have a pail in the front of the bus, and if something's not feeling right in your stomach, maybe the breakfast is kind of turning around and you think the food might come back up, the bus driver does have a pail in the front that you can use if you're feeling sick, and then as soon as you get to school, they'll let you go in and see the school nurse. The bus is going to be a very fun part of your day, but you have to remember your safety rules and remember the things you need to do to keep yourself safe on the bus. Today, with spring coming, our story is all about spring. This new month coming around the corner, spring is here, and all the spring changes are occurring very soon. This story is called Pooh's Favorite Things About Spring. Open your eyes, open your ears, zip your mouth, button your pocket, put it in your pocket. Pooh's Favorite Things About Spring by Kathleen W. Zofeld. Pictures by Robin Cuddy. Ooh, that looks like a nice spring thing to do outside. One morning, Winnie the Pooh woke up to the sound of icicles melting. Drip, 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 drip. He rubbed his sleepy eyes and felt sunshine pouring through the windows like warm honey. Time for a little something, he decided happily. He went to his cupboard to find his breakfast. Oh, bother, he said. His honey pots were empty. Cheer up, cheery, sang a robin outside Pooh's window. Buzz, 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 sang a honeybee. Pooh began to feel a lot like singing himself. He took his honey pot and went out into the fine, warm spring morning. He skipped through the soft grass up the path towards a honey tree. When he reached the bridge, he rested for a bit to watch the river racing underneath. Up above, little clouds were playing in the bright sky, and all around him, the forest trees were putting on their new green lace. Hello, Pooh Bear, called his friend Rabbit. No time for sitting, it's springtime. Time to get the garden planted. Rabbit hurried past with a wheelbarrow full of tools and seeds. Oh, said Pooh. Then the rumbling in his own tummy made him remember breakfast. No time for sitting, he thought. He picked up his honey pot and walked through the meadow, all bright with flowers. He felt like humming a little song. Before he knew it, Pooh had reached the place where the stepping stones went across the stream. He counted them as he stepped. 1, 2, 3. But at the third stone, the sun felt so warm he decided to have a little sit. He listened to the creek bubbling and to the spring peepers chirping. He watched a baby turtle and 4 bugs crawling along the rocks. Hello, Pooh, called Owl, flying overhead. Isn't it a glorious day? I'm off to do my spring cleaning. No time for sitting, time to feather the nest. Goodbye, Owl, said Pooh. But once again his tummy reminded him that he hadn't had any breakfast yet. No time for sitting, he thought. He picked up his honey pot and strolled through the green and mossy woods. He felt like humming a song. Hello, Pooh, said Eeyore. I believe you're sitting on some of my thistles. Spring thistles are much better when they're not sat upon by bears. Oh, ow, ooh, said Pooh. And bears are much better when they don't sit upon thistle. The thistle reminded Pooh that he still had not had any breakfast. No time for sitting, he said, plucking the prickers from his behind. As Eeyore piled up his thistle, Pooh picked up his honey pot and skipped up the hill towards the honey tree. Follow the buzzing bees, cried Pooh as he climbed the honey tree and reached into the hollow. He took 1, 2, 3 pawfuls of honey. Then he filled his pot. Then he licked the pot clean and filled it again. After the third pot, Pooh began to think a picnic sounded like a very nice thing. But my friends are all busy with their spring chores, Pooh sighed. I wonder what they'll think. To his surprise, everyone agreed that a picnic was a splendid idea in the spring. They gathered at the picnic spot and Kanga spread out the blanket. She paused to watch as a mama duck passed with her 6 fluffy ducklings waddling behind. Aren't they little dears? Kanga said. She tucked Roo in her pouch and patted him gently. Piglet took acorn pies and honey pots out of the large basket, and Eeyore laid out plenty of tender thistle. Eeyore sat around the picnic blanket and smiled and laughed in the sun. Ah, said Pooh happily, maybe spring is a good time for sitting. Pooh, said Rabbit, you're absolutely right. Spring is a busy time, but I think the best thing about spring is sitting and listening to the robins sing and watching the bluebells ring, added Tigger. And smelling the brown earth greening, chimed in Roo. And feeling all warm and sunny, sighed Piglet.